paid to them to go and construct roadblock, to go and construct clinics for you or street light and boreholes. One of them has come out and said, yes, well, this is the third person. The third has come out to say it is true. But waiting they not tell you, be say all of us collected, all other people collected 200 million. Of course, we are all senators. All animals are equal. But some animals are more equal than the others. Then they commit crimes. And they call it official stealing. Official stealing. They commit financial crimes. They go on national TV and justify it. And you, they are victims. They are all regular customers. You said they are what? They are smart politicians, Abi. All animals are equal. But some are more equal than the others. 200 million per senator, except for the top 10 that collected over 500 million naira each. Well, Abaribe don't come out that he is a senior ranking officer of the National Assembly, but now only 299 million then 266 million he collected for constituency projects. Abaribe, Abaribe. That he didn't receive any 500 million, no. But this guy begged to disagree. Do you mind?
Taking about 500 million value of constituency project. How many did you get? How much did you get?
Let me tell you about that, and that is what I want to address the public here, so that they get enlightened about it. This constituency project is not a new thing. In America, you stayed in America, in the American politics, they call it pork barrel. Pork barrel. In fact, their own is worse than our own, if it is by that standard.
Because of the involvement of the lawmakers?
Yes, the lawmaker, if you give him, they allocate funds for him, he decides what to do with that money in his constituency. And is given to them discretionarily. Not the same. If you are an APC, you get more. If you are a Republican, and now in Nigeria, for example, in this thing, right now, it's Democrats that has the majority. So most of the Democrats, lawyers, senators, lawmakers, will have more than their counterpart as a Republican.
Is that what is playing out in the Senate?
No, we are very nice to PDP, despite the fact that they didn't treat us like that when we were...
But you got 500 million, and some of the ranking senators in PDP.
Put it in your record.
What did you get?
Wait now. Each senator, not get, I don't want...
the value of constituency project?
Allocated, each constituency or each senatorial district, for example, all the senators have 200 million naira as their constituency project. But I'm a leader. And that is the difference. 10 of us are leaders, including the ones in the opposition. They get more than the
floor members.
The floor members. It's normal. It's they agree. But the difference now is in those days anyway, that decision is taken by the senators. We have what they call Senate Budget Committee before. But now, the floor members entrusted that to the presiding officers. You understand? That's the difference. So most of the senators don't know what I get. And I will not tell you. Since I didn't tell my colleagues now.
You can tell us here.
No,
because some of your
No, but my colleagues know that I got better than them, more than them.
But you get up, maybe you got up to 1 billion.
It doesn't matter to you now. I told you my colleagues know that I got more than the 200.
Maybe 500
and
million.
Then some.
Yeah.
No, look, you can't just pull this from. I've told you the truth now. I got more than the floor senator. It's normal.
Because the senator from Cross River said that Jarigbe said, every one of you are corporates. You are all in this, and you all got, and the disparity was there.
Yeah. It's disparity now. We are not all the same. All animals are equal, but some are more equal.
The question is...
Wait, no, I'm telling you. Yeah. All animals are equal. Some are more equal than the others.
Taking or
of our greedy leaders. Oh, Thunder, where are you? This is the time you are supposed to strike, so that you eliminate all of them, so that you have peace in our nation. Or join them in one aeroplane, so that it will crash land in the course of their journey. Furthermore, our security agent IE.
Bold of them. I mean, it's bold of him. Some of you were patriotic Nigerians from abroad. Do you think any of your politicians, any politicians in the country you live in, will boldly go on TV like that and it will still have his job? So that you can know the rubbish you are supporting. Oh. You are comfortable where you are. Abi, you are playing your tribal card from Canada, tribal card from London, tribal card from America. Just so you know the rubbish you are supporting. Abi, we'll come back to that. You know what they did? Like I said, the Pali bundle book that they gave to Tifnumbu to sign is loaded with fake projects that the money will end up in their private pockets. Even at that, there are some of them that they just give total. Okay, yeah, judiciary, 100 billion. INEC, 200 billion. There is no breakdown because you cannot ask questions. If you begin to open them up, you go realize, say, INEC one by one printer, maybe for 300 million naira or 200 million naira. I'm telling you, you will realize that my lordship, the Supreme Court injustices, you realize that they want to buy their own Pampers and the rest of that for hundreds of thousands of dollars. So because of this, they hide them from the public that is going to pay for it. They just give you total. Judiciary, 250 billion. For what? We thought you said the Nigerian judiciary, the Nigerian judges are the are the poorest paid in the world. We're now going to tell Nigerians that your judges are earning 500,000. Is the judges earning 200,000? But yet, every year, you go to hear 100 billion, 86 billion, billion. And across all of the other component part of the contraption, the states, you go to see them too, that the budget for judges quarters, judges cars, judges days. They are robbing you left, right, and center. They are robbing you blind. And there are consequences. Yeah, there are real life victims. You, who probably is living in denial, if you don't believe. What is in that book and why? The guy was right. Listen to this one. This one will be the next governor of Ogun State. They don't arrange them. They go kill people. Do all of that. Some people don't collect. Those who are going to scream that are being power in the next few years, they've already been given Okada. They've been given money and the rest of that. Now look at him. This is the guy that is in charge of the appropriation, all those insertion. This guy has been the chairman of misappropriation, because this is not appropriation. Yayi, Solomon Yayi Adeola. He has been the chairman, Senate chairman, is the chairman, Senate Committee on Appropriation. I think it was under Saraki. It was under Robert Stamplawan. I know that one for sure. And even people that have kind of come across him, they are wondering, how come this guy is so rich? If you see Yayi, and where Yayi, they spend money, they give money. I'm talking about billions and billions. You'll be like, this guy na lawmaker. Where? Nigeria paid them well. he made a lot of, he's made so much money for himself. And listen to this, he's defending something here. And then he started listing out some of the things that they intentionally did not publish for the public for security reason. Security reason. Yes, 3.3 trillion naira. They cannot tell you how that money will be spent. They just tell you you will get the money, but they can't tell you what the money is meant for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. Did you notice anything? Yeah, you will notice it soon. Because somebody is about to tell you why they cannot reveal everything to you. That is why this guy, Ningi, he knows why. He just wanted to make all of us angry, to make them look bad. So he started counting the reasons why these people and their budget, they cannot tell you, even though they will borrow money in your name to fund it, but they can't tell you. So he started listing them, like, for example, INEC, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. You still don't notice anything. Now pay attention here. Yayi.
We have here, the two documents we have here was shared to the 109 senator of the Senate. Contained in this document, under the volume 1, paragraph 2, 3, and 4, is the breakdown of the 28.77 trillion budget that was passed. And from paragraph 7, 8, are the breakdown of the budget, which we call the budget details of the entire MDAs. And when you add this figure together, as contained in this document for the entire MDAs, it comes to 25.4 trillion naira. Sir, there are agencies of the government whose budgets and their details are not contained in these two documents because they are statutory agencies and their money are on first line charge. Agencies such as 1, the judiciary. The judiciary budget details is not contained in this document. 2, the National Assembly. The National Assembly budget details is not contained in this document. 3, INEC. The INEC budget details is not contained in this document. 4, UBEC, the Universal Basic Education. The Universal Basic Education budget details is not contained in this document. 6, TED Fund. The TED Fund recurrent and capital details is not contained in this budget. 7, the Northeast Development Commission. The breakdown of the Northeast Development Commission details is not contained in this budget. 8, the NDDC. The NDDC budget details is not contained in this document. 9, the GOEs, which is the government-owned enterprise, whose expenditure stood at 1 trillion and 60 billion naira. Their details is not contained in this document. When you add all of that together, it gives you 3.221 trillion naira. And when you add it to the 25.4, it gives you 28.77 trillion naira. And it's no new thing. I have here a copy of the last 3 budgets that was passed. 2021, 2022, 2023. All the details of these agencies I've mentioned are not contained in this document. So for my brother...
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele.
Do you see how they sound so confident? Then he sounded so... He said, this is not the first time. This is how we do it. We can't tell you, what that money is. Because if you begin to look at them, you realize that INEC, that is supposed to be conducting election, under INEC budget, INEC is going to construct some market for people of Unewi for maybe 300 million naira. And you'll be like, what do you concern INEC with markets? Construction of markets. You will see the Ministry of Agriculture. They want to construct 225 billion naira worth of a street light. And you're like, what concerns What is the business of Ministry of Agriculture with construction of street lights? You will see the Ministry of Women Affairs, Abi Humanitarian Affairs. They will say they are what? They are building new mosques. I say, can you go long? For how much, by the way? For 25 billion. You will see the Ministry of Police Affairs. They will say they are doing empowerment for royal fathers. Wait till concern police with royal fathers. Now they don't put inside budget. They won't buy. You know what I mean? Like, this is where the numbers are coming from. I'm going to show you something very soon. It is a messed up place. And you can continue to pretend that all of this, they don't mean anything. They do. They do mean a lot. Now, you may be somebody who is not really good with numbers like me. I am very horrible with numbers when it comes to all this speaking grammar and all that. But there is something called layman understanding. And it's a very, very unique, sort of a skill to have. And I'm going to use it with you now. You pay attention on what you see. What you see is what you see. Do not let anybody use any economic jargons or grammar to deceive you or make you feel like it's because you don't understand. Of course, you do understand. This is the fraud, though. This is why you will have no jobs. You will have no electricity. You will have no real infrastructures. You will have a criminalized and corrupt policing system. Your entire security apparatuses will remain compromised. This is why. This is the source where supposed resources that could actually really do something, change something. This is how they would never get to you. You will read about them. You will never feel them. This is why. So pay attention to the numbers. Numbers matters. Statistics matters. These are born rogues, and they are very confident. The system allows it. What is your problem? What is your problem, Mayegun? Instead of you to just let us all try and come and work together and make sure that our country is great. These are the type of lunatics that we have to actually share a country with. You are seeing those that are destroying the country that will never make it better. And you are shying away from it. You want people to stop talking about it and instead come together and work together. Come together and work together to work on what? To work on hopeless document that is fraud. Abi, when you come together, work together how? Move, work together and arrest all of them, pick them. Abi, what we go do together to work together? If you don't want us to talk about this, it's unfortunate, honestly. So pay attention. Numbers matters. Here, behind me, is going to be another sort of investigation, which this time around you can indeed trace them. Padded budget. What is padded budget? Starts from when they put in fake projects to draw money from the national purse, and at the end of the day, the money will be gone. And all of this you are reading, called budgets, they will remain just in your imagination. Until next one. I have told you this many times. If you do not stop these criminals, they will never stop. And this is why. In case if you are watching from Nigeria, because I heard that the terrorists have attacked the internet, international underwater cable that sort of brings internet to some part of Africa, Nigeria included. So I don't know if you are able to see this from Nigeria, but if you do have a chance of being able to see this, I hope you pay attention, okay? And when you choose your prayer points next time, you will direct them to the right place, especially those of you who are very strong in faith, okay? Those of you who believe that if you pray, it will be answered. I am helping you to understand where you will direct that prayer to. Once again, Obasanjo, what Obasanjo said about these rogues. And for context, you will see where all those stolen or will be stolen money, which Nigeria doesn't even have. This is how sad this is. Nigeria is borrowing money. Nigeria money is being devalued. Nigerians are being subjected to hardship and they are being blamed for why things are hard for them. They are being blamed to stop loving things being imported. Stop loving imported stuff. You need to start buying things from Nigeria to strengthen the naira. They are being blamed. All this hardship, money where Nigeria no get, they are borrowing the money only to end up in private pockets. Then they will blame you. What have you done to make Nigeria better? What have you done? Every time everybody blame. Is he just our leader? Is he kiniko? Pay attention, oh. You have criminals who are career criminals. Again.
Project pardoning must not go unpunished. It is a reality which is a regular and systemic practice. Nobody should pull wool over the eyes of Nigerians. Ganging up to intimidate this and threaten the life of whistleblower is deplorable and undemocratic. What of the so-called constituency projects, which is a veritable source of corruption? These constituency projects are spread over the budget for members of the National Assembly, for which they are the initiator and the contractor directly or by proxy, and money will be fully drawn, with the project only partially executed or not executed at all. The National Assembly cabal of today is worse than any cabal that anybody may find anywhere in our national governance system. Members of the National Assembly pay themselves allowances for staff and offices they do not have or maintain. Once you are a member, you are co-opted, and your mouth is stuffed with rottenness and corruption that you cannot opt out, as you go home with not less than 15 million naira a month for a senator and 10 million naira a month for a member of House of Representatives. The National Assembly is a den of corruption by a gang of unarmed robbers.
So just like I said, we'll take the message and leave the messenger out. Today, Nigeria lawmakers, who are supposed to be making laws, they have managed to empower themselves and give themselves access to the Nigerian purse, national purse, and they could take any amount they want. And they have been doing it successfully. So ridiculously and shamelessly, or criminally too, these guys, after inserting these fake projects in the budget, they will now be the contractors, or they will set up proxies to be the contractors, because the intention is just to get the money out. And you remember the project never really existed, Abby. Now let me show you this. This is what a budget came up with. Again, I'm just going to touch the numbers, the readable ones there, not all of the nuances, okay? So they say allocations excluded from the budget breakdown published account for Ningi's allegation, okay? Now here is the breakdown. From Ningi's discovery, the budgets that they didn't really expose, that nobody has their details. But eventually, they hid that from the public. But some of them have the copies. Eventually, which makes Ningi mad. So Niger Delta Development Commission will get over 338 billion naira. UBE will get 263 billion naira. National Human Rights Commission in Nigeria, a country with lawlessness, so you will be wondering, do they really have a Human Rights Commission? 5 billion naira. Northeast Development Commission, like NDDC, they will get 131 billion naira. Meanwhile, for your information, you see this Northeast Development Commission, they are like supposed to be like Niger Delta NDDC, okay? Their total budget was put at over 230 billion. And you know something? 230 or 232 billion. Out of the 232 billion budget, 230 billion is for personnel costs because they have a staff of 1,500 staff. How to pay them? Now, them supposed to go to the Northeast to where the terrorists, Niger Delta, the Boko Haram, Fulani terrorists in Borno and all those areas. So they are supposed to be the commission to go and develop the place. Their first budgets, they will just, their budget under Tifnumbu, 232 billion, but 230 is for personnel cost, salaries of their own, of themselves. But it's not true fully because that's where the insertion and padding comes in. We'll get to that part. Let's go further. You've seen them on your screen anyway. So Basic Healthcare Provision Fund, 131 billion. National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure, NASS, 131 billion. Do you see the near uniformity in the amount of money allocated to those agencies? You can see the uniformity. Somebody just sat somewhere and just drafted the number. No detail, no nothing. When you put all of that together, which is a subtotal, it comes to, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. So it comes to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 25.4 trillion. Okay. Here is the excluded breakdown as well. They said government-owned enterprises budget 1.8 trillion. Third fund 700 billion. National Judicial Council, this is the judiciary, 341 billion. National Assembly, 344 billion. Public Complaints Commission, 14 billion. INEC, 40 billion. So if you add all of this, it comes to 3.3 trillion. That's what Adeola said, Abi. And everything will be 28 trillion. Now let's go look inward further breakdown of the insertion. So take a look at this one. They said projects that are greater than 5 billion naira. And where they found them, they found 55 projects that are in the, each of them are more than one. So they are more than, 5 billion. They found 55 of them. Projects that, greater than or equal to 1 billion. Okay, they found 281 projects that individually they worth greater than or equal to 500 million naira projects. They found 464 of such projects. So also, they said projects that are greater or equal to 100 million naira, they found 3,706. The projects that are, around 50 million or a little bit over 50 million, they found 1,458. The ones that are like less than 50 million naira project, they found 1,437 of them. Less than 10 million naira project, they found 46. So at the end of the day, they found 7,447 insertion projects. Now, if you continue with the fragmentation, you continue to break it down, all right? You to ministries, parastatals who submitted them, right? Or where they ended them. Now, from their findings, they said a 100 billion envelope was enmarked in 2024 executive budget proposal for lawmakers to nominate constituency or zonal intervention projects to cater to projects in their constituencies. So it was meant to be 100 billion for the senators and the lawmakers to go and look for something to do for their people. However, the National Assembly members have gone beyond the 100 billion envelope to insert thousands of constituency-like projects in the budget of 326 ministries, departments, and agencies that in most cases neither have the mandate nor technical capacity to implement and monitor the execution of the projects. For example, 1,777 projects worth 218.6 billion naira are to be directly delivered in federal constituencies, while 1,308 projects with a value of 176 billion naira are directly in senatorial districts. Other categories of projects include 1,000